All right, I'm Marc Bristol, Guaranteed Rate, the mortgage lender. I think I'm about ready to start my 6th year with that I just got voted back in. Thank you. I write mortgage loans, every type of mortgage loan, commercial, FHA, VA, jumbos, USDA, you name it. I've been in the business 19 years now. I love what I do. It's sadistic and cruel, going to be the early death of me, but I love doing it. Being in charge of people's mortgage loans on their homes, it's very stressful to start with, but the end result when you get there and you're sitting at the closing and they jingle their keys, it's probably the best feeling in the world. I like to counsel my borrowers, make sure they're up to date on what I'm presenting to them, try to avoid any surprises. We have to keep up the changing mortgage guidelines every, probably 3 times a year. Most mortgage companies make sure that they have three hours of training. Our company requires that we have 9 hours of training every year. Chairman of the club for a couple other banks before that, and this will be my 5th year in President's Club this year. Ironically, I've been in BNI 5 years as well. Thanks to BNI, I'll call it. It seems like every year, whenever I've closed with BNI, has been the amount that I've been in the President's Club. So, the two definitely go side by side. And I'm not much of a sleeper, so pretty much 24 hours, 7 days a week, I can be reached if anybody needs a pre-approval or information on their mortgage. That's my mom and my dad. They were just down in May, and this was their little trip. We took up to Jupiter. That's my dad on the left there. He just passed away last month, and that's my mother. Ding. There who I come from. These are my other siblings. My sister and I on the left there, we were 10 years behind my brother and my other sister. She couldn't be up there. She just also got diagnosed with cancer as well, so we're having a rough little time of it. But that's my family right there. My sister in the middle, my older brother on the right side. Here's my current little family. My wife Tracy up there. This was a BNI Halloween party 2 years ago. My little boy's there. I was Jack Sparrow. Just so you know, this is the Halloween party. This is Sammy and Lucy. Sam we got at the off of Griffin there at the pet shelter. She was one of the Katrina hurricane rescues, and little Lucy, we found her. She was being beaten by a clipboard when my wife jumped out of the truck, ran over, and snatched her up. So she's been with us 10 years now. We are from Chicago, about a little tiny town about an hour and a half outside of. That's me and my son Logan there. We went sledding last year. Bears fans, me, Logan, and Hunter. Go Bears. Just in case you didn't believe me, on the first 2 slides, there's my little Bears cup, wherever I go. Okay, about the company, enough about me. We are now one of the 10 largest retail mortgage companies in the U.S., which last year we just passed SunTrust and U.S. Bank. We're 50 states. I can lend in 50 states. We were founded in 2000. I came on in 2006. 2008. We have approximately 180 offices nationwide. We did $18 billion in 2015 in closed loan volume, and we're even on pace to go more this year. And another thing that they want to make sure that with all of our customers and our closings that we get the responses back, and we've got a 95% customer satisfaction rating, which with all the mortgage lenders we send the loans to, that also allows us to make sure that we get the lowest rates. But a lot of the companies that are 80, 75, 80% of their customer ratings, they don't get the rates that we do. This is exactly what I was rambling about here. This NPS, it's a tool to let you know how happy the clients are, kind of like this agate rating. And we're 80% consistently. The accolades, I could go on and on about those. Mortgage Executive Magazine is the big one. They're the #1 publication in the industry for the last 4 years. I've been in the top 1% mortgage lenders across the country. Usually that means about closing 30 million plus over the course of the year. This year we released the world's first digital mortgage. I'm sure you'll hear on TV, I think on the Super Bowl it got released that Quicken has this rocket mortgage. They just got their release out quicker. Ours is actually a true digital mortgage. You can go on there, do an online application, go through, pull your own credit, run an automated underwriting system. It's actually pretty user-friendly too. It sounds very difficult, but it's not, with a little guidance from me. Competitive advantage, we offer, we've got a site here with Ty it's just like live blogs all the time. You can go on there, find out the status of your mortgage, where you're at, if the appraisal's been ordered, if title's been ordered, if you're clear to close. This little site we've got called Gateless that we also just released. It's a spot where realtors, builders, different referral partners can go on, hook up with different referral partners across the country. A realtor from up north could refer his buyer down here in South Florida to another agent down here that they can read about, trust, maybe someone in their own company. Our advantage, it's a pretty fast and transparent mortgage process compared to some of the others. Right now we're locking refinances on 45 days, where a lot of the other companies, the Bank of America's, the Chase, are locking for 55 and 60 days. We have in-house underwriting and closing. That's our number one thing. I can call my underwriter at any time, discuss with her, where a lot of the other mortgage companies aren't allowed to actually get on the phone with their underwriters. It's all by email and sometimes by mail. Full product offering. I have every mortgage product out there, which a lot of times when a mortgage is planned going one direction, find out some things on the credit report or a divorce decree or something, you have to go a different direction. We'll do every FHA loan. We have our own in-house FHA department. That's priceless. Our condo department right now, we're just getting ready to release a program now where FHA will be able to do condos again, which that'll be a low down payment for condos. A lot of people are under the impression they have to put 20 and 25% down to purchase a condo. VA and USDA loans, I've done more VA loans this year, so far year to date, than I've done in the last 5 years. Just our VA, we have a VA department as well now. And jumbos are coming back across the country, and we're ready for them. Some more photos. This is my new operations manager, my wife, as of last Monday. I got her out of the nursing field so we could spend a little more time family oriented instead of her doing her weekends during the month away from me and the boys. And she's going to come on, crack the whip, and get the team in shape, and we're just going to grow it that way. So, my wife Tracy. Lynn, she's the first voice a lot of times you'll hear when you call. She's my right hand, and also she calls herself my ADD medication. She kind of keeps me focused during the day, keeps my blinders on at the task at hand. Once the file gets into process, hits the underwriters, when the approval comes out, this is my man Scott, who tries to get us to closing as soon as possible, collect any documentation, try not to ask for disclosures and documents from the borrowers the second time over. Next. And once you've made it through the whole team, it's time to celebrate. We're closing, as I mentioned earlier. Usually they're jingling the keys at that point. There's my my father and myself there with a martini and some shrimp, our old pastime. Next. A little bit more about the loan products. We've got 10 correspondent loans that we actually underwrite the same as these mortgage lenders do. Chase has a couple of programs that we'll have first-time home buyers for low money down. Wells Fargo has a couple of programs. We're allowed to underwrite those as if we were Chase or Wells Fargo. We're a direct lender with Fannie or Freddie. That's why we lend directly off their wholesale arms, their wholesale warehouses, so we get the rates without stepping on the rates, fatten them up. That's how we're able to offer the lowest rates. Condos, purchases. We're allowed to do flips, big things these days in South Florida. People will purchase property, put some money into it, turn it around, make it for a profit. A lot of times people want seasoning, 90 days or 6 months. We allow 30 days. The Fannie Mae Home Style Program, that's a low down payment. We now have our own, the Guaranteed Rate Opportunity Plus program. We have our own grant that allows borrowers for a 3% down payment program. Borrowers put 2% down. We'll offer 2%. The borrower's just required to put 1% down on a purchase. FHA highlights just gets a little bit more into what we allow. Low down payments. We do 2 to 4 units for 3.5% down. That's getting to be a big thing right now. People are buying multi-unit properties and put little down. 100% is now giftable, so people can go in an FHA loan and actually put zero money down. Flexible credit guidelines, we go as low as 600 down for credit scores. Now we can actually go down to a 580 credit score. VA, USDA, EA, those are just, I would get into if I had more time. The jumbo options is the hottest thing right now. We'll lend up to, actually I think we can lend up to $5 million now in-house, up to 50% debt to income ratio. Foreign nationals, people from different countries buying their first homes here. We can take care of those now. I don't speak Spanish, but we have people in my office that will. And that's about it. We'll also do commercial loans until we get a commercial lender in here. Send them my way. And I think the marketing benefits, that's just partnering up with realtors, builders, referral partners. And if anybody's still awake out there,
Send them your
lay
way.
any questions on me.
All right, thank you, Mark.
One thing. Before my father passed, he was here last year in October it's dated 10/20/15. They happened to come for a BNI meeting. They didn't know they were coming. It just happened to be timed up perfectly. The stars aligned. It was my 10-minute presentation, so they got to hear me ramble up here for 10 minutes. And they didn't know if this was something that happened every week or if this was just a one-time thing. But anyway, he got home that day, and Mom said he couldn't even give this to you. So, this is the last 10-minute presentation that I had. Mark, your mama and I both agree that what we witnessed this morning at the Hampton and Pembroke Pines was not a run-of-the-mill happening, but a beautiful tribute from a great group of colleagues to our son, underlined. It was easy to see that you captivate an audience with your personality that is overwhelming, underlined. I felt that everyone there held you as a best friend. From all indications, you are on top of your business, and your future seems great. And then he goes on and on. I don't go into that, but anyway, thank you very much.